When it comes to adversity, which is our adversary, it is meant to be something there deliberately so that we grow. And if we do not face and rise up to the challenge, that means we are not growing. And if we are not growing, we are dying. When you decide to stand up for what you believe, when you decide to stand in who you are, and you decide to speak out, especially even to go against life or to fight against life or to fight for what you want, you are battling the opponent, adversity. When we face adversity, it is a necessary piece. That is the thing that will sharpen our nerves. Now, I don't know about you, it's our nerves that when we're nervous, okay, when we have something that really just upsets us, a lot of us just struggle and shut down. There are 6 kinds of challengers and opponents that we have in life. There's 6. Physical adversity is an opponent. Mental adversity is an opponent. Emotional adversity, come on ladies, y'all know what I'm talking about, is an opponent. Social adversity is an opponent. Spiritual adversity is an opponent. And boy, is this one an opponent. Financial adversity. This means adversity. It is like a nemesis, as I put in my description. It is a nemesis, an enemy, that its sole purpose is to battle and fight you fervently every step of the way. I hope y'all read my definitions. I wanted to make sure to put that on there. So this is our enemy. This is a thing that no matter what you do, unless you choose to just sit down. Now, if you sit down, you don't have any adversity. But if you live and breathe, you walk and talk, you go to work, you pay your bills, you have a life or trying to build one, I need you to know that you have an opponent. And not just one opponent. There's 6 of them. That means where adversity operates at, where adversity will fight you at, where adversity will go hard at, and where adversity believes that it can win. See, adversity won't fight a fight unless it believes it can win. Adversity can't win if there is a fight that you've got and you fight hard, but adversity can just do a knockout if you don't tap in and decide to fight it. And every single one of us, whether you realize it or not, when you wake up in the morning and you hit the ground, you are facing adversity. You've chosen not to lay down. You've chosen not to submit. You've chosen to wake up and get after things and do things. Every single minute from the time you wake up, think about how when you wake up, you're tired. You're battling adversity because adversity wants you to go back to sleep. When you decide to go in and put your cologne on, men, and get ready for the day, or ladies, you decide to do your hair and makeup and draw your eyebrows like me and put your fake eyelashes on like me, you decide that you are suiting up and you are going in the ring with adversity. You have decided to wage war and to fight the villain, adversity, physically by getting up and still getting after it. Mentally, by deciding that you're going to accomplish something in the day, which means you're fighting mental mindset adversity. Emotionally, how you feel about it. A lot of us will get up in the morning and we know we got to go and do things, but how do we feel about it? What is our emotions that we're carrying with us when we wake up? That's an opponent. Socially, how we engage people, how we receive people, how we talk to people, heck, even how we are with people. And then definitely when it comes to spiritually, if we do not face adversity and learn how to rise to it, how to handle it, how to battle it, how to endure the fight and prevail, we won't be able to grow. We will adjust, we will conform, we will submit, we will give up. We will make excuses and we will stay comfortable. And here's the thing that I want you to know, where you think that's not a big deal, what you've chosen to do is to give the win and the victory to the adversary. See, you think that you're okay. No, you gave the win and the victory, which means you allowed adversity to win, which means, by the way, that adversity, when it wins, it doesn't just win in that moment, it wins in all areas of your life. See, adversity is not just coming for one thing. Adversity is coming for every single part of your life. It's just smart adversity. It'll start with one thing to see how you gonna do. See if you're gonna fight. And then what it'll continue to do is to go in every other area in your life, especially if you're not fighting, especially if you are adjusting, conforming, submitting, giving up, making excuses, and just saying, I'm comfortable. Adversity will go to every part of your life, and it will know that you will do nothing but let it win. Because what it takes to fight adversity is everything. It takes your whole air, your blood, your mindset, your posture, position, every single thing. But it knows if it can get you, like I said, in your physical body, it knows you ain't going nowhere. If it can get you in your mind and your mindset and what you focus on and limiting mindset and things that maybe even were taught to us in our own family or in our upbringing, that it knows that's what you're going to follow, and it can beat you because the winning mindset is over here. It will go to every part of your life. And boy, let me tell you, will it go to your finances? Come on. We're going to clean up your finances, and you're going to always be broke. And you're going to always be landsliding, or you're going to always be caught off guard and then being in a situation that you were never meant to be in. But what it takes to fight adversity, what it takes to stand up and say, I'm sorry, you're not winning today. Nah, like Rosa Parks, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna sit down. This is what it takes in every area of your life. And this is that place where a lot of us have got to get even comfortable with saying, nah. Some of us are so worried about what other people are going to think about us that we will submit to adversity when it comes to just not wanting to offend somebody. See, adversity's got a long list. It's not just the things I'm giving to you. It just knows where to start. It starts here. Now it can get into all these things. Come on, y'all. Woo. We won't be able to grow. We'll have then limited relationships and a limited life. We will even start to get this privilege attitude where we don't know how to work for things. We just expect things to come our way, and when it doesn't, we'll complain at it, and we'll point fingers at other people. We won't know how to face life, and when challenges happen, something even bigger than the pandemic, or when loss happens, or when change happens, we won't even know how to face life and endure it. We won't know how to stay independent. We'll become dependent. You know, the studies show, and go look at the numbers, how many of our youth are struggling to actually launch into adulthood. And the number one reason is because we have raised a generation that never had to battle adversity. Everything was given to them. Everything was just, here you go, baby. We can go all the way to even sports. Where do we get to the point that everybody gets a trophy? That means that those children being raised up as adults are going to think that just showing up should get me an award. When I'm going to tell you the life you're designed for, how you're supposed to be, your identity, because you're queens and kings. Let me tell you what, that's not how it rolls. But because of what we've been doing and what we've been allowing and not wanting to offend anybody or hurt anybody's feelings, we create a life that ain't even about fighting. You just got to show up. Now, I don't know about you, but that's not the life I was raised in. If I wanted it, I had to go work for it. And if I got my butt kicked, I better get back up and go back at it. That's adversity. But that is what's going to happen to where now we feel like it's owed to us, or we're not going to be able to face the challenges of life, even being on a job, and then having your boss call you in because you need to be corrected. People get all upset in that moment. They want to go quit their job. Why? Because of adversity. It will start to harden your heart. And I'm going to say, you'll turn out and start being just an ugly person. Just going around, hating on everybody, having an issue with everybody, complaining about everything. It doesn't matter. You will then start to compromise some of the most beautiful things about you. Your integrity, your compassion, your ability to love, your ability to find goodness in other people, or to even find goodness and opportunity in any situation. And then we'll do things that now will start to compromise what we're willing to do versus what we were not willing to do. We'll do anything now. We don't care what we say. We don't care what we do. I don't care if nobody, I'll do it anyway. Then we just get to a place where we just don't care. We're not thinking about what we're doing. We're not thinking about the ramifications, and we're not thinking about if people like it or not. And that, to me, is a big issue. When lo and behold, if we would just learn how to fight adversity. And I'm going to go ahead and jump to something because, boy, I'm feeling it in my heart. Some of the reasons why we get there, and I said it earlier, I'm going to say it again, is because in situations where we need to speak up, we shut up. And because of those situations where we need to stand up, we sit down. In some of those situations, because we're going to be the only one, we're worried about being rejected, being casted out, not fitting in, being isolated, that we choose to say nothing. When I'm going to tell you that if you got a fire, then it may mean that you're supposed to say something and not worry about who all gets upset, especially when it's about righteousness and truth, when it's about what needs to be said. We then just compromise our whole self. We focus more on what others now are not doing. And then we are no longer taking responsibility for our life. And then here's the one that breaks my heart. And then opportunities that we have, we're giving them away. Because those opportunities, let me tell you what, are there for people who are fighters. They're there for people who go get it. And I do believe that they're there for people with a good attitude and a good heart. I think people win all the time, but let me tell you something. We may see people rising to the top that are bad people, but let me tell you something. You keep looking, watch what happens. We then struggle. And then it's funny, I put this at the bottom and I felt like it goes more up at the top. And then now we become this person who offends everybody. We become secluded. We're no longer a part of society. We resent everybody because we feel like they're the reason why. Then we feel forsaken and we feel abandoned. I hope you see where I'm going. But then because of all the things that we've done, we end up with such a big heaviness of weight that we can't even carry it anymore. That then it becomes too heavy that we do nothing. And our whole life that was light becomes dark. And that becomes our world, which is exactly what the adversary wants. The adversary wants every single part of your life in your light. It's coming for your whole entire world, your adversary. Adversity is no joke. Adversity, when we look at it, is the thing that will show up in your life. But it is the thing that I'm going to say that if we can embrace it and we can stand and we can fight, what it'll do for you, come on. What you'll mold to, who you'll become, what you'll have in your life. And that's exactly why adversity wants to hit you hard, because it knows if you make it through, what's on the other side. So my question to you, what are you doing when adversity faces you? How are you showing up to adversity, or are you showing up at all? Are you tapping out and say, I ain't got time for that? Or because it's so overwhelming, you don't want to feel that, so you just choose to get rid of it, not do it. And you think that that's what you're supposed to do. How are you handling it? How are you fighting your adversary? And have you built up your muscles, your fight, your willpower? Or are you in the same place that you've been over and over and over and over and over again, where you can see a thread of your life doing the same thing, you doing the same thing, having the same thing over and over? Have you grown? Have you elevated? Have you produced the things that you truly have been working for? Do you know who you are? Do you stand in who you are? Are you living a life where you know it's the life that you are really supposed to live, where you can look at your life and say, this is my life. I'm doing exactly what I want to do, doing exactly it the way that I want to do it. I am who I know I am, and my life reflects it. It is time to face adversity. Adversity has been put there deliberately to grow us, to mold us into who we are truly inside. We know it, we feel it. This is what grows it. When we avoid, when we shrivel up, when we go hide, seclude, or try to get around adversity, it is truly doing the detriment to ourselves, because that is how we truly grow into the life that we want, we desire. And I'm going to keep saying it over and over, and the life that you were written for. And if you don't see that in your life, it's time to suit up. It's time to go to work, as the green arrow says. And it's time to learn how to fight. And fighting doesn't necessarily mean just swinging, because you may not be hitting anything. Sometimes fighting can just be you working on your weaknesses, learning, improving your skill sets, or there's things that you've not improved, and because you've not worked on your skill sets, you're only seeking these jobs here. But if you now would face the fire and now go learn how to grow your skill sets, now you can get a job that's worth this. And what would that additional money happen in your family? What would it do? Or are you going from friendships to friendships because you're pissing everybody off and now you're lonely? All of those things, take a look at your life. Because I'm just going to say this. I'm sick and tired of seeing people that I love, people who mean everything to me, watching the adversary and adversity kick their butt over and over and over and over and over again. We are the word victory. Every part of our DNA is victory. We have within us the ability and the power to always win and prevail. We have within us, in our DNA, the ability to write our life and live it. We have the ability to change things by just merely what we believe and we speak it. We can manifest it. True deal. Time to build that life. It's time to go hard. It's time to let the adversary know. Face whatever. Believe in you. Believe in victory. Believe you are victory, but believe that you are even more than victory. You were born to rule. Hey superheroes, it's TA, your Interpreneur Coach. So excited you were able to join me again today for another empowering superhero video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like and share the video. And turn on that notification so that you never miss another episode. And I look forward to seeing you again as we suit up to unleash the superhero within for victory.